Greetings from Talladega Super Speedway once again. I'm Smithers, ready to kick off another spectacular race in my NR2009 Career Mode series. This time I'm joined by the company of some of my subscribers, 4 of them to be exact. Sorry Start and Park teams, you're not getting that paycheck this week. The 2009 Aaron's 499 was such an event of Dega's history that it's one to remember forever, at least it's burned into my memory bank. And this one on the channel will be remembered on for much more embarrassing reasons. The Nationwide Series victory gave me too much confidence going into this season's Southern 500 at Darlington. This was the race where everything wanted to fall apart inside the race car and on my sim rig. Going into turn 3 on lap 2, I relied way too much on my brakes. I pushed down on that pedal and the brakes did not react. I cleaned out the GoDaddy machine and the characters from Disney Pixar's movie Up. Their adventure ended swiftly into a wall. After resetting my pedals, we got back going just to have the engine blow up because I had a bit too much tape on the grill. My journey to a 7th place thanks to resetting the race, because I desperately wanted to run in the Southern 500 on that day. Like, there was no getting me out of recording that race from inside the race car. But getting that top 10 was its own challenge in its own. I had many troubles during that entire span of the race. The Super Mario Bros. Number 20 Toyota showed that it had that mushroom power up, and we boosted to a 3rd place early on from our tail end starting spot. But because I missed my pit box playing Guess Who down pit road, we lost everything and I had to start over from the back. We only made it halfway back up the ladder before our JGR engine gave out through the tri-oval. I called the rest of the race from the booth to a shocking winner because the IQ was lost on how to navigate around lap cars at Talladega. Shelby Howard in the number 70 Chevrolet was granted the 1st place coming off of turn 4, and he did not look back, claiming that first victory, and it was huge for that team. Thank you to all that commented on my short looking out for the drivers in the open subscriber car entries in the COT Cup cars. The first of the 4 lucky subscribers to get a car and a ride in this Talladega race for 2009 is Not Matty D on YouTube, or Not Matt DiBenedetto. Driving the number 81 No Fear Dodge Charger for today's Talladega race in their first race as a team, No Fear Racing, Nostalgic TV Punk Craver -M6W, you have won this ride, and I could only fit TV Punk Craver into the name, so I hope you're okay with that. That's just going to be the easiest for me to say, I think, throughout the race. In the Fred Jones Racing number 2 iRacing Chevrolet is DWR, voting in that he wanted the full season points to come back in 2026, as did most of you. I myself am a chase man. I like the chase for the Sprint Cup, and even more so, I like the wildcard format probably the best. And our final lucky subscriber for the Dega race in 09, driving the EA Sports NASCAR 2009 video game Chevrolet, the longest subscriber car that has been on the channel, is Dark Crypto 18. And then for comedic relief, the team based out of South Park, Colorado, driven by Eric Cartman, is being involved in the race at Talladega today. And the number 5 Vagisil Chevrolet, he's gonna come out here and he's gonna go to the left sometimes.
I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna go fast and I'm gonna turn to the left sometimes.
But those are the conclusions of your open entries into my Smithers 2009 Talladega spring race. And thank you all that left your comments on letting me know what you thought about, what you wanted to see for NASCAR next season for their playoff, their chase format, their points format. I appreciate all the comments. That was one of the most comments I've gotten on one of those shorts asking for drivers, so I appreciate the feedback from all of you, and I do apologize that I did not, select your name. If I didn't, I try to randomize it as best as I did. Every year we have progressed just a little bit more at these plate tracks when it comes to our solo car speed, and I am very proud to not be in dead last or in the 40s. We've qualified 35th, still not on the first page yet, but Jeff Gordon, in a glorious paint scheme that he ran in this race in 2009, is on the pole. He's got the throwback Pepsi paint scheme, the yellow-white one that got wrecked out in the big massive wreck early on in this race. Anyway, Carl Edwards is up there with him on the front row, your point leader, and Brad Keselowski, the man who killed Carl Edwards' chance, nearly killed him in real life at this race, flipping him into the grandstands and taking the victory for himself. I mean, Keselowski didn't actually try and commit murder. But last week's winner, Mark Martin, who won at Darlington up in the second row on the outside. The second Hendrick Chevrolet, they're going to be right up there in the top 5. Almost all of them are in the top 10 except for Jimmy Johnson, who is, I don't even see him. Where's that 48 car at? Did Johnson not even make the field? I had, you know, a bunch of these guys put together. As you can see, we've got some subscribers into the field, but I am not seeing the 48 anywhere. All right, so cut back to the regular scheduled program here. I had to go and add Johnson into the roster because for some reason I forgot the poor bastard. I am so sorry, Jimmy fans, but I forgot the two-time champion. So we still have a Hendrick car on the pole. It's not the 24, but is now Redneck Jesus, Junebug, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 on board, the National Guard colors, the blue and white Chevrolet. Surprisingly, Montoya got a good qualifying run, but when I was watching the qualifying session, when I was getting the car set put together, 42 car ran a pretty good lap here in this race. Got Hamlin up there. Harvick has got another good qualifying run. Can he put together a race today, or is he gonna get collected up in something and just continue his bad luck? Casey Kane, the highest qualifying Richard Petty Motorsports driver, in 14th. He's running a completely unique and fictional scheme, but I thought it looked really cool and just something different to have out there on the track today. Of course, now some of these guys, Johnson's now in 19th. He qualified about mid-pack, which is right where Mark Martin is, and at least his other Hendrick teammates, so they can work together and try and get their Chevrolets up to the front. And then you see our first couple of qualifiers here on the first page. Got nostalgic TV Punk Craver in the 81 No Fear Racing Dodge Charger, Dark Crypto in the EA Sports NASCAR 09 Chevrolet. Coming on down here to the second page of our starting grid, now Brad Keselowski in that 09 is way back in 32nd with Joey Logano and Eric Cartman. Got a whole slew of rookies right there together. That's going to be interesting, and he qualified better than half of us. So I'm back here collected with DWR and Not Matty Dean, the iRacing 2 Chevrolet, and the Richard Petty Experience number 45 Dodge. So we all got to work together, try and get our asses at least mid-pack to catch up to our Dark Crypto and TV Punk Craver, who got the best qualifying spot out of the people today, out of the subscribers. So let's strap in and get going, because I'm ready to race at Dega, and I'm sure you guys are ready to see the cars going, especially you guys that are in the field. She's big, she's bad, and sometimes if you're in the parties in the infield, you might see some tatas. We're at Talladega here looking at the event info, and we have got 47 laps around the race here today for the Cup Series. 43 cars, including myself, on the field, full field to complete the race. Might not finish that way. Opponent strength is at 94% difficulty. I've been really keeping the entire series and this season kind of roughly about that percentage. If not, I've gone one tick down or a couple ticks above. Realistic damage has been locked in the entire season so far, and that's screwed us a couple of times, like the last race, the Nationwide Series race here at this track in the last video. More of a mechanical failure than anything. I'm just a little butthurt about that. And our weather for today, it is a clear 64-degree Fahrenheit day, a northeastern wind of 13 miles per hour, another hefty windy day, just like the Nationwide Series race. So watch out. These wings are very proactive for making these cars flip. I hope to see some more of that, honestly. I mean, I do, but I don't. Got to keep the safety of the drivers, but man, it's chaotic. Nostalgic TV Punk Craver and Dark Crypto, you guys are holding the torch right now up there in the mid-20s. Me, DWR, and Not Matty B got a lot of work to do here at the beginning part of Talladega. Green flag is out, 43 Cup cars going down into turn 1, getting through the gears at Dega. I've got some hope about this number 43 team today. Our car feels like we got more top speed than we have ever had in a Cup car or a plate package car. The 11's got an engine failure. Hamlin's blowing up. He's pulled it off. He's already off the track going. What a sad sight to see right there. I even said last year at some point it was going to be Hamlin's year this year. I'm in the middle of 3-4 wide right now, trying to squeeze up in front of John Andretti. There we go. I left the 2 car behind. I'm sorry, DWR, but Biffle is not going, and I got to watch out for any other, I guess, engine failures. I'm sorry, Denny Hamlin fans, but your driver, it's not his race today after qualifying in the top 5 or top 10. I already don't remember. I was going over so many drivers at the beginning part of the race. I see Cartman's ass up there, his chubby little ass up there, right behind AJ Allmendinger and the Hunt Brothers Pizza Dodge, keeping together with teammates. Moving up in front of the EA NASCAR Chevrolet dropping back. I'm going to drop down to the inside, get behind Cartman. I'm not following Allmendinger. That high lane is a little bit slower than this bottom lane. Sorry, Allmendinger. I know being a teammate let you in. Oh, maybe I should have let you in here because Cartman moved up and now I do not have any drafting buddies. Looks like Casey Mears is coming down to give me some help. The 11 is now down pit road and I don't know if he's going to be coming back out. So the 11 of Denny Hamlin might be getting a 43rd place finish today because he only made it around 2 corners before that engine let go, which is not good for JGR Toyotas if the rest of these guys, you know, might be a little bit nervous on that Toyota team. Got Kozlowski charging down, trying to get below me. He's just going to get behind me. Cartman's still hanging on nicely back here, just trailing the main pack. I'm right behind him in 26th position. 26 cars altogether, maybe even 27, 28, counting the couple behind me. I gotta stay down here by the double yellow line. If I drift up, Kozlowski's gonna take my spot. Think I'm gonna just bottom feed. That's usually my place to be on these plate tracks, is right by the double yellow line. I gotta run. I'm making it 4 wide going into turn 3 wide. The hell not. Maybe I'm gonna learn really quick why that's not a good idea. Nope, car's able to stick down really close. Cool. I gained a few spots. We're right here next to McDouche. I'm not going to try and, you know, Talladega's not the place to be giving any retaliations or anything like that. It's dangerous. Well, not that I need to be making any retaliations. Our beef has been settled, I'm pretty sure. At least on my end, I've gotten things taken care of, you know. He's probably still a little bit upset with me. He did shoot my engine in Phoenix, so maybe that... Hopefully he's got his anger settled down. Behind Sam Hornish Jr., who's running AAA colors for the first time this season. He's been running that Mobile 1 paint scheme for pretty much the entirety of all the races. It's the first time that I've actually seen him in a different paint scheme, and I do like this yellow car. I also like the pedigree car up there, the 18 of Kyle Busch. That's a really sick scheme too. Oh, my car got loose. Saved it though. I about took out the frickin' doggy on his quarter panel there. Where am I going? I don't need to be going down there. Kozlowski's really pushing it. Being aggressive. He just fucking tapped me on my quarter panel. Where are you trying to stick your shit? I'm going to let him go. I'm not going to try and get wrecked here on the first 10 laps of the race. We got 47 laps to go. Or 42 laps to go, but 47 laps of this race. Kozlowski's really pinching me low. He was tired of following me. He moved up to my outside. Oh, Kyle's looking low underneath Sam Hornish Jr., trying to make it 4 wide. I'm trying to run up just a little bit so the 09 doesn't try and side draft me. I'm just trying to bully him up in the middle lane. Boyer's also up there. Oh, God. I was looking at my mirror, and I just went right to the apron. I did not mean to do that, but we survived it. Nice and patient. I'm just trying to work through the field. This field has been thick and dense the whole time. Like I said, I have been working on trying to get these cars, the driver ratings, nice and evened up enough to where it's a good pack race, and holy hell, it has been tight. Now we're starting to get a little bit strung out in single file, which is natural during this era of plate racing, and I was clear all the way up to the wall. We're going to keep behind the 77. We're in the top 20. We're in 19th. We're going to drop down and try and get to Kyle Busch. I am trying to get to the front, and now we got Carl Edwards taking the lead, point leader, taking the lead of the race. We don't need him gaining any more on anybody. Pretty sure he's got like a whole race on the next guy in the points. And Johnson has been slowly reeling his way up to the point lead. Boyer's looking low, dropping down the block. Oh, they had the wheel cranked a little bit too much. Oh, God, I didn't have that lined up right. Kurt Busch and David Reagan stuck up there in the 3rd lane. Woo! My car is kind of all over the place a little bit. Probably should have also maybe, like, I'm going down the steering wheel. It just seems a little bit dancy in some of the parts of the racetrack. Or it could just be my driving. I hopped in this bitch after work again today, and I'm trying to just knock out some more work before the holidays. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and I wanted to get another race done, get Dega done. Damn it, I am not looking where I'm going forward. I'm just drifting down. I have gotten really lucky with all those mistakes that I've been doing this entire race to not take myself out or get into another car. Like that. How I've managed to get even just outside the top 10 without wrecking my ass has been a miracle in itself. It's probably going to happen. It's like a ticking time bomb. This is what my Nationwide car was not doing in that race. I wasn't able to suck up to cars in front of me and get a run going forward. My Cup car, I also struggled with doing that, I think, in Daytona, but that's because I had front end damage. Going underneath Tony, making it 3 wide, gonna pinch him up a little bit. I'm going for 3rd place, maybe even for the lead if Allmendinger wants to follow me. 2 RPM Dodges have pulled their way towards the top 5. fuck. Oh, that was a horrible entrance into that corner. Absolute dog water. I don't know who to help. I've got no one's in front of me for me to get a draft off of. It looks like my car is starting to get killed there. We have no engine power to hold our own. We need help. I need a car in front of me, like I've always needed, to help drag me along this track and keep up the speed of the pack. But we're in the top 5 after qualifying in 39th, so we've got to be the biggest mover of the entire race so far, along with Allmendinger, who's only a few spots behind me. Jeff Gordon dropped down in front of me. Here's that throwback DuPont Pepsi scheme. Martin Truex Jr. looking low. Got to shut the door on the one car. Trying to stay behind Tony. We're in the top 5. That's all that matters. I can't get up there and maybe get the lead to get control of this race. I'm going to try to. Gotta get down in front of the one car. They're starting to get closer and closer to me, and I'm getting closer to the 14. He's gonna block me off. I'm gonna let him. I'm not gonna wreck him. That's gonna be bad. He's gonna be throwing his helmet at me or grabbing my shirt collar at the end of this race. He'd tell me where I fucked up at, and bumping him in the center of 3 and 4 is not a place to be bump drafting at Talladega. Currently 10 laps into this race, about to hit 11. 37 laps to go, and we've had a nice run so far at the start of this. Unlike Daytona, the Daytona 500, a lot of the field wrecked out very early on lap 3. We're having a little bit of a better racing product now. Atlanta was another big one, and I feel like things are going to get dicey once pit stops have to take an effect. Keselowski making moves, going from the top to the bottom. Should I help him? Why not? I'm nervous to go up to the second and third lane because I feel like if I do, anyone that's behind me that dives down to this bottom lane is just gonna freight train by me. It's happened before, it could happen again. I shut the door almost way too late on Junebug. I put him down below the double yellow line there, but I felt our bumpers touch and I just side slammed Stewart. Oh, we're in a bad spot. Just slow down. Let the pack by. Oh my lord, I almost sideswiped Paul Menard right there. Well, I've lost the pack, but that was exactly what killed my fucking race in the fall in 2008, is I side slammed somebody in that tri-oval, but I fucking saved my ass this time. How's our tires aren't looking too bad. That left front's starting to get worn out. I'm sure all of them are a little bit worn out. How are we doing on fuel? 4 laps remaining, so it was about pit stop time anyway. Hey, they're coming down now. Maybe I'm joining them. Damn it. I missed pit road! Oh no, I flat spotted and blew a tire trying to slow down. Fuck. I just killed even more time. Well, I'm gonna have to see how this plays out. Car won't turn. I've got the wheel cranked so hard. Everybody's pitting and I'm out here with a flat. The debris that I'm dragging is not here. I probably should get below the double yellow line or else they're gonna black flag me. Turn. I can't turn. I probably took it way too fast on the flat tires I have. Trying to keep it below. We're gonna be so far behind. I just hope a caution comes out. That's not for me. I should have been letting off way earlier in the gas. There goes the leaders. I'm turning. Get out of the grass, you. Oh my god. I've got the wheel turned. My car won't turn. I'm trying not to spin out. This is miserable. There. Hashtag worst fucking pit stop of my life.
Back him up, put on the front, baby.
What am I, freaking in my rookie season right now? What the hell's going on? This is like a pit stop that I had when I first started this game. Hey, there goes Punk Craver. How you doing? First subscriber card I've really seen all day. I don't even want to look where I'm at right now. I'm just gonna get back out on track. That's over with. We're 41st. Ho-ho! We got a long hole to dig out of. And this is one of those Talladega races where it seems to be a lengthy one, a strategy type of race. And we ain't got no strategy because I completely shot myself in the foot by stepping on my toes. I can only hope that a caution comes out at a timing time. Are we a lap down? We are a lap down. Me and Elliott Sadler are a lap down, and then the 82 of speed is 3 laps down for some reason. Punk Craver's on the lead lap, and not Matty D is on the lead lap. That's all that I can see right now. Well, I was the last one to pit, so if I can get my lap back and then a caution come out, that's probably my only chance at saving myself on this race, as well as having a lot of the field wreck each other too, and hope that I can gain positions that way. But a 41st is not what I need in my points right now. I'm barely hitting 182, and when I qualified, I was in 187 range. I was getting closer to 190, so the fact that I can't even hit that right now, I'm screwed as a sitting duck in the pond waiting for somebody with a 12 gauge to just blast him. Well, now I can gain something. That looks like the 12 car went down pit road, David Stremme. Nope, I didn't even get that lucky. I'm still in 41st position. I don't even know where the hell the 12 car is at. He went down pit road, apparently not long enough for me to gain anything. Part of me wants to see how this plays out, but also part of me wants a caution. I feel like a caution's gonna kill it though, because I'm looking onto like the green flag cycle to putting me back on the lead lap and then a caution falling, but I'm trying not to manipulate the race at any point. I have the button over there at my free will to hit if I want a caution, but I'm trying not to do that. I see that there's a small pack of cars behind me starting to fill up my rearview mirror. Maybe I can use those guys to help me pull me around the track and then hope for a caution, but at least it'll pick my race pace back up, because going around here at 180 is horrible. I am dragging schlong all across the pavement. Here comes that pack. They are moving. Okay, maybe if they catch me in a corner, maybe I can get up to them better. Oh, they are flying around me. That's the leader. I think that's Jeff. Yep, that's gotta be the lead pack. So I'm probably 2 laps down now at this point. Son of a bitch. I don't want to look right now. I'm trying to stay in this pack. Screw you guys. If you were in my position, you would understand. I just let the 24 gap everybody. Say, sorry, Edwards. Nope. Back to bottom feeding and hanging with these guys. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I'm put in the middle. I can only hold it for so long. Harvick, what are you doing trying to help me? Harvick dove down off the back of the 09 and just was like, alright, I'm going to help you out. Can I clear the 14? Get behind the 99? Painfully, no. Oh, that was so close to get clear. I'm sure my spotter wanted to say it. It was on the tip of his tongue. His lips were so wet, ready to say clear. Now I'm going 190. Now I've gained 10 miles per hour on my pace. Don't cut myself off and spin myself off my teammate. Allmendinger is having a good day if this is the lead pack. And of course it's my fault that everyone's getting strung out into single file, isn't it? I'm trying to hang on. Can I follow Kozlowski, or are these guys too fast for me? Is this too fast of a pack? Even Harvick's trying to get around me. Okay, maybe I can't trail with these guys. I thought I could, but they seem to have the pace to outrace the entire field. I pushed Harvick away, now he's all by himself. Whoa, Allmendinger! Whoa! What were you two doing? Were you playing the long game and staying out until you almost ran out of gas? Well, I almost ran out of gas when I had to pit, so what the hell are you guys doing pitting this early? I still got 7 laps. Maybe this is where me failing and pitting and where I wanted to pit is gonna help me in the long run, because I had pitted the last car. Definitely had to be the last car to pit on that cycle, so maybe it'll push me towards the end. Won't have to put as much fuel in the car. I'll be off of pit road a lot quicker in the next run. There goes the 14 of Tony Stewart. Another car moving down, straggling to pit road. 3 cars only ahead of me now. A lot of cars coming off of pit road right there off the apron. Maybe some potential positions. Oh, the 19 is now a car that I can pass. Got some new numbers up there. People getting on my lap. I'm in 40th. I'm gaining stuff. Am I back on the lead lap? No, I am 2 laps down, and everyone else in front of me is 1 lap down, including TV Punk Craver and Dark Crypto. You guys are back here with me. Don't know what happened there. We've been all strung out the whole time. It's turned into a strategy race again. I really don't want to go 2 laps down. I want to try and get 1 of my laps back. And the leaders are right there in front of me, so once they all send it, I'll be able to at least get something back and be on the 1 lap, but I'm gonna have to make my pit stop still anyway. Hey, there's DWR coming off of pit road in the iRacing 2 Chevrolet. 22 laps to go in this Talladega race. I got Kyle Busch coming up real quick on my back end. He's got a lot of horsepower, a lot of speed. Let him by. Jump in front of Johnson. Jump in front of the 48. Do it! I gotta be part of some draft. I can't just be dick licking around here on the bottom end, just dragging along, putting around like I don't give a damn. Well, you guys just passed me and go right down into the pits. Okay. Catching up to Joey Logano in the 55 of Michael Waltrip. 31 of Jeff Burton is behind me. There's Cartman coming off of pit road. Eric Cartman! Are you fucking kidding me, dog? That was scary. I clenched my sphincter so tight, no shit was coming out for a week. Thanksgiving meals would have been in there till Monday. Oh my lord, it's just been, they're beating on me. Well, I beat on the side of Stewart, that was my fault to begin with. And then I jacked up my front tires and flat spotted them, but man, I'm not getting any help out here today. Still 4 laps remaining on our, or 4 gallons, 4 laps. I don't care what it is anymore. I'm gonna say what my brain thinks, and it's just gonna be what it is. It's not what I'm meaning, but my brain apparently has a tism to stick with saying laps. Because of all the other video games that I've ever grown up with, it's been based on laps. We're coming down to 20 laps to go. Even me pushing it is probably hurting me more than helping me. I'm so slow. I wanted to be, I was up there in the top 5. I worked up. Sorry, Kurt, you're gonna get stuck. Oh man, he really cut that close. I thought he was gonna stop behind the 47. I need something to happen. I need something to happen that's not me getting involved in it. I must have really damaged my car when I drug it across the racetrack for an entire lap on a left front flat tire. I can't keep up with anybody, or it's the fact that I'm not within a big group of cars anymore. I'm the first car 1 lap down, right back where I started. TV Punk Craver's the next car in line in the 81 No Fear Dodge Racing. I hope everyone else is having a good Talladega race. I mean, I could try and look right now, but it's gonna distract me from what I'm trying to do in the race. I got a pit stop coming up in a couple of laps anyway, so I gotta make sure I'm prepared for that. Trying to stay in the wake of the 2 cars so I can keep up near 190 miles an hour. See, I kind of got a drafting car. I've got it built more for actually being in the draft. I just can't take over my own destiny yet in these races, which is really irritating when I get up there and I could pass him, take the lead, control this race. I just don't have the horsepower to do it. Now I've got, look, 2 other guys that are just single cars out here running around at Dega, got way more power than I do, trying to draft with the 2 car. That makes no fucking sense. 18 laps to go. We're gonna need something. I'm gonna need something out of this race if I'm gonna get anything worse or better than 39th. Sorry, Matt. I'm trying to block just to keep into the draft. Gotta be aggressive. Think next time by I'll be coming in. Nope, I should probably come in now. There ain't gonna be a next time. Oh, I probably sped. Damn it. I didn't want to lock up and get a flat tire again. I also didn't want to get rammed by Matt Kenseth. There's a lot that I didn't want to happen, and I think it fucked me. I'm gonna get a black flag. NASCAR, damn it with these brakes, holy shit. I'm in 41st again. At least the next car in line is 3 laps down. So I got a whole lap on them. Now you come out after I fucking take my stop? Are you shitting me? So where's that gonna put me? I got a black flag penalty. Tail end of the longest line. At least that saves me for having to come back down during a green flag. Hey Dark Crypto, how you doing? Coming to the line here in the EA Chevrolet, just blowing by me to get your position. I know I'm gonna be the last car in line. Without a doubt, it's gonna be me because of my stupid penalty. Everyone's gonna be pitting though under this caution. When is it not this guy causing troubles for people this season? What is going on with Jamie McMurray McDouche? Just drifted down right in front of Jeff Gordon and TV Punk Craver. It just fucking wrecked him. Gordon was having none of that, took him right out. But what the hell are you doing, McMurray? What in the IQ race car driving hell is going on behind that wheel and inside your melon there? Like, he's slower, the 24 and the 81, you guys are bump drafting hell of a lot faster, and he just gets right up in there. Gordon nearly fucking wrecked too, but thankfully Karma landed right into the 26's lap, and somehow nobody else ran over him. Like, I imagine the spotter's got to be telling him, hey, 2 fast cars on your inside coming, go up high, watch out, and he just did not even care. Didn't look in his mirror, ass-packed his whole ass into the turn 1 safer barrier. Just to update everybody, so we're getting the 1 to go with 11 laps left in the Talladega race. I am in 41st, getting a penalty because I sped down pit road when the caution flew out under my green flag pit stop, so they put me in the back of the tail of the longest line. That's where I'm at. I'm pretty much solidified where I'm at unless I somehow get 2 laps back, but that's probably not gonna fucking happen in 10 laps. Just me missing pit road during that green flag cycle and losing whatever the hell happened in the beginning part of this race completely chucked this race right out the fucking window. But to recap all the other subscriber entries and everybody, The number 81 No Fear Dodge is in 38th position with TV Punk Graver behind the wheel. That team seemed to maybe just fell under a bad cycle or lost the draft as well as I did. The guy that started the best, the qualified the best, the team just was not prepared for the race, apparently. But again, nothing against nostalgic TV Punk Graver. Just some bad luck in the race today. Up in the, I mean, it's been bad luck across the board for everybody. Not Matty D is in the 45 and 28th position, and then DWR in the iRacing 2 is in 29th. Dark Crypto is in 31st, and Eric Cartman is in 32nd. All you guys are still on the lead lap, and no one's really made a punch to up here yet with any of these guys, and Bobby Labonte is going to be taking the green flag. Better pay attention and get caught back up here to the back bumper of the 7 of Robbie Gordon. Be prepared to try and make a jump to the outside. I can't gain anything, so I might as well try and work my way up to getting to the, you know, the front of the field and get a lap back. That's really my only goal. Green flag, we're a bit sluggish to get going. I was on the gas, getting up through the gear in the 3rd. Going to be peaking high. Damn, Robbie Gordon didn't even get a good start either. We were trailing back here. Thought I had enough speed to get around the 7. Apparently not. Oh, of course, drag racing around 1 and 2 right now for last place as the field takes off. I had to stay behind him. I didn't know what was going on in front of me. I guess I should have backed off a little bit to see how close he was to the next car. Now I gotta try and trail on Reagan Smith, the only other Smitherin brethren in the field today. See if I can hang on to this draft, this pack, and not lose it. Getting up to 185. Somebody dropped it down into the pits. 10 laps left. Look at that pack up there. We're not even a fucking part of it because of my play out of today. It was just a mistake leading to some bad luck to not being a part of the draft at all, and I still don't think I'm fast enough to stay in the leaders. Trying to be in the draft of the 78 car, but they're pulling away. I'm at 188. I wasn't doing that earlier. 189. Come on, just stay in it, just to be a part of it. You never know what can happen in the final 10 laps of a Dega race. Could be multiple cautions, especially with the way people are sending it down pit road. Some of them pitted, you know, well, with that caution coming out, I think everybody topped off, but they pitted not all on the same cycle. I'm just watching the field leave me. That is disappointing. Even Jamie McMurray, with the way that he wrecked, is still beating me. I'm starting to lose the draft. I'm at 186 now. We've lost a mile per hour. I was at 188, 189. My goodness, this is painful. What are we doing? Even in real life, Richard Petty Motorsports team was having a way worse weekend than this. They were blowing up motors left and right. Like, nearly all of them had to do some sort of engine work, if I remember right. Oh, I thought we had another straggler going down pit road, but looks like they're just splitting it 4 wide, 3 wide, trying to pass each other up there. Robbie Gordon's starting to catch me. Oh, he almost put the bumper to me. Help push me. Come on, catch the 26 of McMurray. He's a whole lap ahead of me, but if we get around him, that's a position for me. Eventually, the leaders will catch him and put him a lap down. For what I thought was going to be a great race, turned out to be horrible. What is going on with these fucking plate races? Robbie, why are you going on the outside of the 26 car? You're supposed to follow me on the inside. Oh, okay, you do you, buddy. 7 laps to go. Look at that pack. They are 3 wide racing up there. That looks so much fun. And I'm back here with fucking Robbie Gordon, tandem drafting, trying to block him off. Even though it's not even for position, I'm just trying to stay. You know what? I'll let you go. And maybe I can get a drag off of you. Did really running around on a flat tire cause this much damage to my car that it's not the same speed anymore? I mean, I get realism and all that. That would totally play a factor in what's going on right now, like the underside aerodynamics and the front. The splitter's probably, you know, got drug out and worn out to almost nothing. The car is not to 100%. Looking at my fastest lap, I was at a 48.29. Pretty fast, I feel like. I got up to 4th place, 3rd place. Couldn't quite get the lead. I'm just going to give it to the 7 car. Again, not for position, but maybe if I trail off of him versus trying to block him, that'll drag me along and get me a couple more miles per hour on the around the racetrack. Now I can try and maybe push this Jim Beam Toyota and we can, hey, look at that, now I'm up to 86, giving him a little bump. Watch me now just figure this out. We're going to start catching people ahead of us, but we're going to run out of time because there's only 5 laps to go in the race. Toyota and a Dodge working together. Why'd you ever leave this manufacturer, Robbie Gordon? You were had a whole Dodge race team going, and then you switched to Toyotas, and you're still not doing any better. You've also ran just about every single manufacturer in your entire career anyway, so it's not like you had any loyalty to any of them. Really helping each other out right now. Patting each other on the ass just to get us home. 4 laps to go, coming down to 3 laps to go at Talladega, and I have no fucking idea how the finish is going to play out, but it looked like it was going to be exciting based on the 3-wide action that was going on. I apologize that it's been from out my windshield, it's not been a great race. The first half, until that pit stop, until I blew out my fucking load on the front tires, it was going great, but I literally pushed too hard going down to make it to the pit road, and I completely shot myself. I'm sure that whole lap struggle, being stuck in the grass, I could have pulled out a caution, but I didn't. I suffered. Hey, lead bunch pit. Does that mean the 24 and the 99 and all that? Nope, just one car. And the one guy that was helping me keep up race pace. Thanks, Robbie Gordon. Thanks a ton. Now I gotta hope that somebody falls out of pit road in line with me or catch up to that car that's way up there by himself in front of me. There's only 2 laps to go in this race. I have not got time for any sort of fucking help. So 41st is where we're gonna be at. I'm 2 laps down. If I was on the lead lap, these people pitting would be a hell of positions for me, but I am 2 laps down. It don't matter. The 26 car is the only one I can get a position on. Leaders are taking the white flag already. They're all the way over there. Damn. This is what it feels like being a starting park at Dega, just cruising around, enjoying your time here being a race car driver. I'm one lucky son of a bitch, aren't I? Final lap, have I gained anything? Am I gonna be 40th? Nothing. Still 41st. I was hoping for that to change. Final lap is awfully quiet. The checkered flag's probably about ready to get flown out for whoever's going to be winning this race today. Last couple of Talladega races for me have been really disappointing. Have showed a lot of promise with the speed of our car. The last time we were in the 10 car here, we were about to win the fucking race until the last lap happened, where I pretty much did the same thing that I did in this race. I side-checked somebody because I was worried about like this apron here and like keeping it low. Like I was also straddling that where the angle of the apron is different, but we crossed the line in 41st. Gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that, make sure that I don't fucking make any mistakes. Somebody's taking her through the grass here in turn 3 and 4. I am the last sorry motherfucker to be rolling off of turn 4. This is one of those races where I'd probably just walk out of my, don't back into the 18, the Winn-Dixie bumper. But one of those races where I'd get out of my race car and I'm walking straight to my motorhome and slamming my face into a pillow. And we're coming down to the white flag. Kevin Harvick is your race leader as there's 5-car breakaway. Carl Edwards takes a dive low underneath the one of Martin Truex Jr. And the rookie Brad Keselowski's back there in 4th place. But if Harvick gets this victory, it's going to be a hell of a weight off this driver's shoulders because he has had some very bad luck with a shit ton of good race cars. And excuse my language, but this 29 has had every chance to get a victory this season and has squashed it. And every chance he's getting. Look at the pack back there. They're dicing and jockeying for positions back there, trying to catch up to this 5-pack breakaway. Edwards is trying to get underneath the 29. The 29's shutting the door on him. Come on, Harvick, what you got for these drivers? Can you close it out and not become a new nickname? But you are the closer. He's going up to the outside of Regan Smith, and Edwards, the rest of the pack, is going to go below. Oh, no! And, Regan Smith blocked the 99. I thought that was going to screw with the 29 to Harvick, but that's not going to do it. It gives him the chance to get the victory. And Harvick fans, you guys have been redeemed here at Talladega. The 29 is going to be in victory lane. Thank you to the subscribers that were participating in this race today for your comments, and then for I don't know why I'm saying thank you for me for choosing you. That's I'm making sense there, but thank you for participating in this race, participating in the comments to be chosen. Dark Crypto, you finished in the EA Sports NASCAR 09 Chevrolet in 12th after the pit strategy kind of a race we had today. Cartman got 17th in his debut start for South Park Racing. Not Matty D, not Matt DiBenedetto in the number 45 Richard Petty Experience finished in 18th. 3 top 20s with DWR and the iRacing 2 Chevrolet out of the subscriber garage was not too bad. I mean, the start was not looking great, and I do apologize, TV Punk Craver, and the new No Fear Racing team debuting here at Talladega. I really tried to equalize. Literally, I made the same stats for every single subscriber car, so you guys were even across the board. And then this was just a weird strategy Dega race, and I am down 2 laps in 41st. Hamlin blew a camshaft on lap 1. Don't know what happened to Scott Speed on why he went multiple laps down, but he was in pit road a lot during the race, so maybe he had some damage, got into somebody, maybe a mechanical failure, and just had to work on it throughout the race to limp it home. I don't know. Well, we got pretty wounded in that dogfight. Our number 43 U.S. Air Force Dodge for Richard Petty Motorsports did not, it ran well until we locked up the tires and I gave myself flats, and I killed my own Dago race right there in one mistake, one fell swoop, and I honestly probably should have thrown out the caution for myself. That would have saved me a lot of damage and a lot of time lost on the 43 team today. And now we're down in 8th position in points. Jimmy Johnson is 45 away from point leader Carl Edwards, who got another top 5 today in that 99. Very reminiscent of 2008 with Edwards and Johnson up there battling with the point lead, but we got a new team, 3rd and 4th. Stewart Haas Racing has been really pulling well out of the gate in the first 10 races. Each of them have a win at a short track. Newman's got 2 top 5s, where Stewart's got 1, but their top 10s have been racking up pretty well. Stewart's got a hell of a lot of laps led, and Hendrick Motorsports is starting to show up now. Jeff Gordon is in the top 5. Kane had a good finish today at Dega and still is hanging on to his 6th place spot. With the fantastic runs of some mid-pack drivers like Reagan, Vickers, and Rudeman, they find themselves inside the chase for the Sprint Cup for 2009. And we've got Roush Fenway drivers bookending both sides, where Biffle's hanging onto the tail end in 12th and Edwards to the point lead. On page 2 is Dale Earnhardt Jr., the pole sitter for today's Talladega race, the Aaron's 499. He did not lead a whole lot of laps in today's race, pretty much found himself mid-pack. Don't remember if he got into any trouble or not. Kind of this race got strung out a little bit as strategy took over and no cautions happened. Mark Martin also fell back quite a bit. He did not have a good race today. Can't remember exactly where the Joe Gibbs Toyotas were at. Kevin Harvick, though, with his win, finding some positive momentum finally in that RCR number 29 Shell Pennzoil Chevrolet. Might get himself into the top 20 here in the next couple of weeks. We'll see, though. Maybe it might be a fluke of a win, but that 29 team has been knocking on the door for a while for a trophy. Also, his teammates are starting to show up. Clint Boyer's 24th. Burton was falling back a little bit, but he was the farthest one up there so far. It looks like Casey Mears is in 14th, so that's pretty good for him. Finding a nice sweet home in the RCR garage where he was struggling last season in the number 5 Hendrick Motorsports. Page number 3 is holding some of your drivers that have gotten their first top 10 on the season, like Paul Menard, Brad Keselowski driving the 09 car, but I still have him marked in the 25, still under a Hendrick powered Chevrolet. Finished right behind Carl Edwards in this race, which was pretty weird considering how the real life race was. They were right up there together, but nothing happened in between them, and there was a whole nother car in front of them that took the race. Again, some of these start and park teams like Joe Nemechek, and looks like Joe Nemechek was the only one, but he did not make the field due to the 5 subscriber cars that made it in, or the 4 and then Cartman. And the last page where you will get to see some of the drivers that made it in the race today due to their finishes. Geez, I'm having a hard time speaking with this conclusion of the points today, but you can see Dark Crypto with his 12th place is 48th in points, so not quite in the top 43 with all these other start and park teams that have kind of racked up a few starts throughout the season already. These kind of one-offs are going to be hard to jump into the top 43 at this point, but we still got people that have not ran a race in a few weekends, like Eric Almirola, Bill Elliott, and Scott Speed missed a couple of races, but got into this Talladega weekend, still hanging on inside the top 43. And just to showcase the rest of our subscriber entries today, not Matty D, not Matt DeBenedetto on YouTube, DWR, and TV Punk Craver, I apologize that you're down pretty much in last with the 39th place finish I believe you had. It was rough for the debut race in the No Fear 81 team. This is the luck that we've had of Dega for 2009 spring race. Up next we have a one-off race at Richmond Raceway in the Cup Series. No Nationwide, no Truck Series going on. Going to be stopping there for one race and then moving on to the Indy 500 and the Coke 600. We also have the All-Star race to do right before that, but that is not a points given race, so yeah, I'll be looking at the ruling for that, seeing who's going to be entered, and that race will be squeaked in before the Indy 500 and the Coke 600. And then after that, the SRX Subscriber Series is going to get kicked off before the next NASCAR Cup weekend on NR2003. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a lot of food if you're celebrating the holiday. If you're not, I hope you having a healthy life and doing well anyway. But other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.